let's talk about the origin of your name itself,
Right.
of Bucky Dollar.
Bucky
Like,
Dollar.
what did that come from?
My father his nickname is Bucky.
Okay.
So, as I got older and I started doing my thing running around, I used to run into a lot of people that he used to know, a lot of his old friends, you know what I'm saying? So they used to say I act like my father, you know what I'm saying? Hot tempered, loud mouth. I did a lot of shit to get my, you know what I'm saying? I was running around doing a lot of things trying to make things work
Mm-hmm.
and trying to figure shit out. So, they would always call me Little Bucky, you know what I'm saying? You just like your father, you just like a little Bucky, you know what I'm saying? And my mother would say the same thing, like your temper is just like your fucking father. You have a hot temper like your dad, your pops, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, when I started getting with my folks that was in high school rapping, they were like, what you gonna call yourself? I'm like, I'm gonna be Bucky Jr., you know what I'm saying? Bucky Jr., you know what I'm saying? That's what I was first going by.
Yeah.
So as time progressed, we was running around doing our thing, I'm starting to do a little things, running around, getting a little bit of money. So, people started calling me Bucky Dollar
Dollar.
Bill, because my last name is Bill, see what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
It's kind of like a play on words, so Bucky Dollar
Bucky
Bill.
Dollar.
And I was like, yo, I like that. That's hot. So I ran with Bucky Dollar, and it stuck ever since, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let's get into the inspiration part of your creating process. Like,
Right.
where does that come from?
Inspiration. Real shit, my inspiration, my kids, man.
Okay.
Like, that's my main inspiration. Like, thing that keeps me going. Like, my kids and my family. That's really what keeps me. They look at me as a rapper, so
Okay.
I feel like I gotta make that happen as far as the rapping stuff. But as far as like you talking about like musical inspirations, like stuff like that.
As far as your writing, right? Because
Writing.
you write when you write your music,
Right.
where do you draw those lines from?
It's really me. Mine is really. It's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like it's how I feel when the beat hits me. I can't just make music if I don't feel what I'm writing to. You know what I'm saying? Like really music has to hit me a certain way for me to even, if I'm not feeling it, I've been to the studio where I didn't even record because I just
Yeah.
wasn't feeling it that day, you know what I'm saying? It's really got to be from the soul with me. Like my music, I feel like is real soulful, so it's like the music got to hit me a certain way for me to even begin writing. Once it hits me though, it doesn't take long for me to write. It's pretty quick.
At the same time, the content, like you said, come from your personal life, your
Personal
kids, and
experiences, kids,
all
what
that.
I've
Okay.
dealt with, what I came up with, what my homies dealt with,
Okay.
things I've seen, things I've been a part of. I mean, it's not. I can't say everything I rap about is all me because that wouldn't be accurate. It's everything that's around me, my environment,
Mhm.
everything I've been through, everything I've seen, things my people's been through. You know what I'm saying? I try to put it all in one form. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, as far as the recording process, like how is that process for you? Like, do you usually go to the studio with a beat you already written to,
Yeah.
or you just go, get the beat, go over there, brainstorm on the spot, record?
Um, a lot of times I'll have my verses written and I'll just come up with hooks on the fly. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like a lot of times I have verses written. Like I like to write on my free time, so I just write sometimes without beats and
Hmm.
shit just to write. You know what I'm saying? When I get to the studio, that's when I really pair everything together. Like what I'm gonna rap on. You know what I'm saying? All right, this beat fits this. Okay, let's put this verse and this verse here,
Hmm.
and then with the hooks, I just come up with the hooks on the fly. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But for
So,
the most part, I have everything mostly written. Usually I have one verse written of a song and I write the other verse there because I like the verse to go along with, be current about what's going on around me. You know what I'm saying? So I like to, maybe I write a part of my second verse, but usually I have my first and half of my second verse just so I like to take everything in around me and things that are going on and incorporate that into the verses and stuff like that so it stays current. You know what I'm saying?
okay, so is that the best approach for you? Because, uh, like, I understand going to the studio with all your verses ready, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of save money as far as like the workflow. Like you get in there, you got all your verses done, so you record and
Right.
get out. Or you
Right.
just like to feel the vibe in the studio. You don't matter the money, the time.
I
The,
mean, my engineer, shout out JL making movies. That's my engineer, man. He don't, he show love. It's my man. So he
okay,
let me go.
all
He
right,
let me go in the studio and do my thing, man. He don't block my creativity and be like, you got this amount of time to create this. You know what I'm saying? I take care of him, pay him what I pay him, and he lets me go in there and be creative.
yeah.
So
Because the reason why I say that for some people is all about, like you said, when you go to a studio, you have to book a certain amount of time. So
right,
you have to be able to, your workflow got to be fluid for you to maximize your, the money
Yeah,
you're spending into the studio
yeah.
time. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my engineer JL, he's good, man. I take care of him, pay him the good bread. Make sure y'all go holler at JL if y'all need your sound right. But yeah, I holler at him, and he let me do my thing in the studio. He don't block my creativity, so I gotta shout out that man because he let me do my thing in the studio.
All right. For the creativity, what do you have to have around in that studio
Weed,
to create a good
weed,
project?
whole lot of weed. You know what I'm
People,
saying?
you like people around?
I be by myself. I be solo dolo, man. I don't like a lot of outside distractions. You know what I'm saying? I like to really tap in. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it's like I don't. I usually go to the studio by myself.
Okay.
People in the studio that are there. I like to use them to bounce off ideas with. But I don't like outside distractions. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I'm trying to do. I'm locked into a zone, and I don't want nothing around me to knock me out that zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm putting my shit in other people's hands when I bring outside factors. You feel what I'm saying? So. I,
So, go ahead.
I just like to lock in. You know what I'm saying? I usually go solo dolo.
All right.
Straight
So,
up.
as far as the role models, like ever since you start rapping, like who are you looking up to right now as far as the success?
Definitely Jay.
Okay.
Jay-Z's definitely one of the top ones. You know what I'm saying? Master P's, Currency. I really like what he's doing independently. RP my man Nip, man. I really looked up to what Nip was
Mhm.
doing, man. Like that shit really hurt me when he passed away. Like Nip was doing some real shit that needed to be done as far as the community and as far as us as a people, black people, period. Like
Mhm.
he was really uplifting people and taking the money and reinvesting in the community. So that was definitely one of the person I was looking up to and checking out. But yeah, man.